I'm curious, how are we all actors on stage, right? If you kind of take this into a psychological, spiritual level, how are we all actors on stage? With acting, as you said, we're transforming into different roles. What are some of the roles that you think we need to be taking as individuals in society right now, as well as also in film?
I mean, as creative representatives?
Yeah.
Or representatives of the creative world? I think road rage is something we should try to conquer. It's hard for me.
It's easy for you right now, road rage.
Because you leave on time, right?
Well, I'd like to, I mean, what's coming up for me as you ask that question is, yeah, I do feel like our personalities are like costumes. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, we're in the midst of this Facebook phenomenon right now. And to me, I feel like Facebook is kind of, I mean, you can see what costume someone is wearing by kind of how they tailor their Facebook page. You know, what kinds of things they post, how they, I mean, it's almost like a vehicle to see how we're painting ourselves. And, you know, it's not who we really are, it's what has worked for us in our lives. I feel like one of the things I love about acting is I do feel like it is giving birth or giving life to the soul of a character. And, you know, it's like, well, the soul of Rahi, to some degree, is kind of created by my mind. And so, you know, the soul of whatever character I'm stepping into is a valid soul to give life and an authentic experience to as well. But the other part of your question, as far as the roles, I think actors and we have, I think as actors, as a reflection of society, I feel like the more transparent and authentic that we are in representing or serving as a vessel for the soul of a character, the more, you know, the more service we are kind of doing, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like the more vulnerable and innocent and transparent we are, the more universal that experience can be shared by the audience. And so I think in life too, the more we can drop whatever facade or mask or, you know, winning strategy we are habitually employing, and can just be transparent and you know, reveal what may be underneath, I think that is doing a service in our day-to-day lives.
Any roles that help? I know that I really enjoy transformative roles, especially the type of role that goes from darkness to light. And to me, that's full circle. You know, I wasn't a nice guy starting out. I, you know, was fully run by my ego, and you know, I was, you know, young and dumb. But I learned from myself, and so I realized that's not the way that I want to do things, and that's not the way that I want to treat people, and that's not the results that I want to get. But then I learned from that, and then I learned how to step into the light consciously and of my own free will, not because I was being forced to, but because I was making a choice. So in my mind, I just as an individual to live and experience the darkness, to know what that is, and say, okay, I get what this is. I get it. For me, that gives me the conscious choice, that defines choice and free will. Now I can authentically choose to choose the light because I've experienced the dark. Now I can choose the light. So I love roles. That's why I love playing the bad guy roles. But I think that's only half the equation, is to play a bad guy that's so bad, like bad. But to have that role completely transformed to somebody that, you know, can, you know, save the world, but then everyone can relate to that person, because all of us have that dark side in us. All of us can kill if someone tries to mess with our child or something that's dear to us. We'll all fight to the death to protect it. It's just natural instinct. transform into something that is of the light or